Welcome to a TV20 News Break. I'm Dan Monroe. It was a celebration at the Canal Basin Trailhead, and the reason was a long time coming.
This is both an ending and a beginning. So the ending is that we have completed the towpath trail. We've expended the funding, we built this beautiful trailhead, but the beginning is that we are restarting Canal Basin Park and able to look forward at how we can develop this into the cohesive 20-acre public green space that has been planned for many years.
Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb attended the celebration, and he recognized that a project like this doesn't happen without a public-private partnership.
On behalf of the city of Cleveland, I wanted to say thank you so much to all the partners that made today possible. We have an amazing staff at City Hall who truly believes in our vision of prioritizing parks, public spaces, and great trails like this one. This doesn't get done by the city alone, or the county alone, or the state government alone, or the federal government alone. We all have a role to play to make our city great, and we look forward to the continued work ahead.
The project has been in the works for a generation, says Merrick House, Executive Director of Canalway Partners.
2 or 3 years, or somebody had a great idea. It had vision after vision, and then you test vision against the environment and realize, no, you can't go that way with a trail, and so you go back to the drawing board. So this is one of those projects where multiple people carried the vision for more than a generation, really. So that's what brought us here today. It's not as easy as just saying, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea if we had a bike trail there?
Cleveland Metro Parks CEO Brian Zimmerman said that though the towpath trail is completed, the plans they have for the Canal Basin Park are far from over.
Really, truly, a life's work is coming full circle here. We're not done yet. We're building boat docks, right on the edge of this wonderful piece of property in this park here. We're building boat docks to really embrace our river quality here. We work with the sewer district. We work with so many things. So like I said, this is more like a family reunion today. So thank you for everyone that's leaned into this.
More information on the Canal Basin Park and other projects going on around the towpath, visit canalwaypartners.com. The Ward 17 community joined together to host the first inaugural session of Friends of Impett Park, and Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb was in attendance, giving kudos to those who are dedicated to bringing change to their community and city. TV20 reporter Alex Picterna has more.
As the mayor of this great city, I want to say thank you for your commitment to showing up and being a part of making change in our city. This is how we get things done collaboratively, and know that I'll be working with the council to make sure we can do whatever we can to make this park a great park moving forward in Cleveland. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Councilman Charles Slife was also in attendance, speaking on some of the recent renovations that have come to the parks of his ward.
Since coming on in 2019, we've put about $4.5 million into our 8 parks across the ward. So there's 8 of them. It's a big ward, but some things that aren't as exciting but really important, like $2.5 million for a roof at Gunning. There's also new tennis courts at Gunning. We're looking at going out to bid for $2.5 million to rebuild the pool, also at Gunning. And in addition to all of our great city parks, also been focused on Metro Parks connections. There's multiple strategies for how we can better get us down into the valley, and just really drive home the park part of West Park.
I had a chance to speak with Mayor Bibb and asked him his impressions on Friends of Impett Park, along with the importance of Cleveland's green spaces.
I'm impressed and overwhelmed at how so many residents of Ward 17 came out to talk about the future of Impett Park, and it's this kind of community engagement we need all across the city to make sure that we have world-class parks from east side to west side. It's everything. It's how we attract families, how we keep our children safe, how we keep the entire city healthy. As a kid growing up in the southeast side, I spent a lot of time at Luke Easter Park and Dove Park, and so as mayor, prioritizing our public spaces and our parks is essential to me, and it also is essential for us to advance our city moving forward as well too.
The Friends of Impett Park is a community brainstorming group focused on the future of Impett Park in Cleveland's Ward 17, the largest park in the ward. Councilman Slife spoke on some of the suggestions already pitched for the park.
There's a lot of them, and they range from some pretty small things of, can there be a perimeter path? Can we put in a splash pad like you see at a lot of parks? Can we kind of level up the playground? Into some bigger ideas of, can we start moving around some of the programming? Is there space for an amphitheater? Is there space for a sledding hill? And honestly, if I have a worry, it's that we don't have enough acreage in the park to meet all of our needs. But it's exciting to hear residents that are so engaged, especially the school kids who did all these drawings of the park or the playground of their dreams. A lot of people really care about this park and are eager to be part of a formal group, Friends of Impett Park.
Finally, Mayor Bibb shared some of what's to come for the future of Cleveland's parks.
So we want to create a separate parks department in the city of Cleveland. We want to also do a master planning process. We have the right level of investment and prioritization to ensure we're allocating the right resources to all of our parks. So this event is an important starting point to making that vision a reality.
For TV20, this is Alex Picturna.
Thanks, Alex. For more information on what's going on in your ward, visit clevelandcitycouncil.gov. To celebrate the 32nd anniversary of the American with Disabilities Act, ADA Cleveland held a rally and march for people to demand better access to transportation, housing, and voting for the disabled.
ADA Cleveland is 19 nonprofits here in the greater Cleveland area. All of us serve people with disabilities in some manner or form. And we have 250 people here today, most of whom have disabilities, but also we're represented by a ton of allies who are here to work for the rights and access for our friends who have disabilities.
For people that do not have a disability, access is taken for granted, but if you have a disability, a lack of access makes everyday things a lot harder.
I didn't want to be carried up and down the stairs forever or back and forth to the bathroom. If someone without a disability can come and go as they please, we should be able to do the same.
We're here not only to shed light on issues of access, but also give people with disabilities the chance to use this day as a platform to raise their voice.
Hey, hey! Hey! Ho, ho! Ho! These barriers have got to go! These barriers have got to go!
Sarah Steinley, co-chair of the advisory committee for ADA Cleveland, expressed the significance of the March for Equality.
It's really important to spread awareness, and the population for people with disabilities in Cleveland is huge, Where Northeast Ohio has so many great organizations, so it's just awesome to be able to come out here, have a beautiful sunshine day, and spread awareness, of what we are fighting for, but are fighting for every day, and that's better access to transportation, voting, and housing.
The key thing we can do is give people the confidence to be loud, to speak proudly, to get out of their houses and come to an event like this. And maybe this is a catalyst for further civic engagement on a broader level. So if we can give someone a comfortable and accessible experience at, say, the right to assemble, then we've done a great job and we've set the tone for where civic engagement needs to go with the disability community.
For more information on ADA Cleveland and how to get involved, visit adacleveland.org. Cleveland's 2nd District Police Department held a community event at the Michael J. Zone Resource and Recreation Center as a way to keep residents informed and educated. The event was called Voices Against Violence, and it brought people together for food, fun, and to meet their police officers. Ward 15 Councilwoman Jenny Spencer was appreciative of those who made this day happen.
This is a tremendous amount of coordination and collaboration to bring all these partners together. It's really about providing an opportunity for the community to experience all these different providers and safety forces and build those relationships up close and personal and just have fun and enjoy themselves. So it's that whole mix of things. You learn a lot when you come to this event. You learn about important issues in our community. You become better informed.
Community activist Salima Moyo Smith says events like these help build healthy households.
We see too much violence in our community, and it's important that we come together and show the support that we have. There's a lot of organizations here that can support household families in so many ways, from children's supplies to how to navigate at home and get things working in your household. And all of these things matter, in our communities because it helps the household become healthy.
Voices Against Violence was a huge success, seeing people come out to get info on various resources, get a free haircut, and even have a dance party with a police officer. It was a great way to have some fun in a safe environment.
And so it's important to take advantage of the tables today. I need the young people to grab as much information and know you're in a safe space. And community relations is working very hard to ensure you have a safe space. So thank you again for having me here, and enjoy the day and take advantage of all the knowledge that's available.
We'll be right back after this. You're watching TV20 News.
The City of Cleveland's recycling program has relaunched, and I'd like to share a few recycling do's and don'ts. All materials should be mixed, loose, and unbagged in blue carts. No plastic bags or plastic films in your blue carts. These are not acceptable materials. Bottles, jugs, and cans should be emptied and lightly rinsed. Labels do not need to be removed. Ignore the recycling symbol and numbers on items. Only items listed as accepted materials should be placed in blue carts. And lastly, when in doubt, throw it out. If you're not sure if something is recyclable, place it in the black trash bin to avoid contaminating recyclables with non-acceptable items. Anything not listed as an acceptable item should not be placed in the blue recycling cart. For more information and quick tips, visit sustainablecleveland.org.
Welcome back to TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Merrick House hosted the 2022 Mom's First Baby Crawl and Buggy Walk, a popular event that raised awareness through a bit of friendly competition. Here's TV20 reporter Alex Picterna with more.
September is Infant Mortality Awareness Month. I spoke with Director of Parent Education for Merrick House, Tiffany Ashley, and asked her some of the services that Merrick House provides to expecting mothers in Cleveland.
So Moms First is a home visiting program for the city of Cleveland. We've been around since 1991, 31 years of service. We've been here forever, serving pregnant moms in the city to try to decrease the infant mortality rate because our numbers are so high in the state of Ohio. So we try to alleviate stressors for moms, so we don't want them to go into preterm labor. So if they need some things, we do a lot of resourcing and make sure that they have everything that they need for the baby so that both the mom and baby can be healthy.
The event acted as a bonding time between parents and their children and included a resource fair for new parents.
So today we had the actual baby crawl, which we had babies from about 8 months to about 13 months crawling across the mat to see who would get there the fastest and the first. So that was one of the bigger events today. The second event will be us doing the baby buggy walk, which is us walking with strollers and the babies around Lincoln Park. We have a lot of resources and vendors and food, of course, and prizes and games and stuff for kids. And some of the vendors, like we have all the managed health care people here. We have the library. We have all of the different agencies such as Lexus & Bell, Friendly Inn, May Dugan Center, and Merrick House. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on down here today.
Mayor Justin Bibb was also in attendance, meeting the youngest residents of his city and also sitting down to host story time with them. For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. To learn more about Merrick House, you can visit merrickhouse.org or call 216-771-5077. Recently, children of all ages gathered at the Cleveland Public Library Rice Branch for a safety and health education fair.
So today's event is called CLE Connect, and it is an opportunity for kids and families to get connected to the different organizations here in Cleveland. So we have the Metro Parks, we have Cleveland Water, we have the Cleveland Police, Cleveland Fire, Cleveland EMS, just a lot of local organizations here. We can connect, we can have fun, we can learn, and we can have some fun.
Diana Trent, Public Service Associate for the Cleveland Public Library, wanted to make sure that each kid left the event with something.
So, thanks to Ashley Furniture, we were donated the backpacks and school supplies. We are giving away 100 backpacks filled with school supplies through their generous donation from their patrons that patronize their business. So a friend of mine connected me with someone at Ashley Furniture. They actually physically got backpacks and school supplies, and then there was also a monetary donation that rounded out being able to give out the 100 backpacks.
This event is so important for these kids because they need to learn, they need to connect, they are in a space where they want to explore, and we want to make sure as the Cleveland Public Library that we give them that opportunity, make it easy for them.
Cleveland Public Library wants to continue to help out the community while exposing children to different aspects of the library.
I'm hoping that they can see that the library is more than just a place that you have to come after school to read or just to hang out. I want to show them that there's so much out here in the community. I want them to go home and tell their mom or their dad or their guardian and say, hey, did you know that the water department does such and such, or that the Great Lakes Science Center does this? And just being able to have them connect with the community and share that with either their friends who aren't here or with their family at home, and just be able to say, hey, the library is more than just a learning for or reading a book. It's so much more that you can get from coming to Cleveland Public Library.
For more information on what's going on at the Rice Branch or a library near you, visit cpl.org. TV20 reporter Alex Picterna took a trip to Cleveland's historic League Park for the 5th annual Pliebol baseball event.
Pliebol is a yearly celebration hosted by the Baseball Heritage Museum and the Julio de Burgos Cultural Arts Center as a weekend of commemorating the lasting legacy that Hispanic, Latino, Caribbean, and African American baseball players have left on the sport.
Well, being here today and just seeing the community turning out, all levels of the community to play ball is fantastic, and we couldn't have had a more beautiful day for it. And I just feel like we're so fortunate to have League Park here in Cleveland, Ohio. It's just nice, a nice way for everybody to get together outside of our usual work clothes and so on, and to play ball together.
Pliebol featured a number of local organizations playing off against each other, with the highlight being the Cleveland City Council versus the mayor's administration.
So today we started off with vintage baseballers. Playing vintage baseball in the style of 1800s, the late 1800s. They used period dress, equipment. They used the dead ball, no gloves, which is unique to vintage baseball. And then at noon, we started off with our more traditional softball games. Put on the first game was between ILFI and the Hispanic Police Officers Association. And the game behind me right now is the Cleveland City Council versus the mayor's administration. And we have 2 more games after that coming up.
I had a chance to catch up with Mayor Justin Bibb and Council President Blaine Griffin before the game to hear their impressions on the event.
Well, it's just an amazing day to celebrate this neighborhood, the neighborhood of Huff. Amazing day to celebrate this beautiful field at League Park and to have our first game between the mayor's office and city council since COVID-19. It's just an exciting time. Well, it's actually really nice to get out the office and not talk about policy all day, but just to enjoy each other's company as friends, as colleagues, enjoy the last final days of summer before we approach the fall and winter season. And I'm just hoping for an amazing blowout victory from the mayor's team today.
We got Cleveland City Council, the best doggone softball team in Cleveland, that's here to bring the noise with the administration. So it's always good just to have a great fellowship and everybody to come out here, to bond away from City Hall. All of us work so hard, so just having an opportunity for all of us to come out here and enjoy ourselves in this social setting is a great time. But make no doubt about it, we want to kick the administration's butt. So looking forward to this game. There we go, there we go. Hey.
While both teams put forth their best effort, the mayor's administration beat City Council 15-1. For TV20, this is Alex Picterna.
Thanks, Alex. To learn more about next year's Pliebol event, visit baseballheritagemuseum.org. Well, TV20 set up on Kinsman Avenue to give you the best look of this year's City of Cleveland Labor Day Parade. Officially made a federal holiday in 1894, Labor Day is a celebration of the American labor movement and the works and contributions of laborers of the United States. The city of Cleveland hosted their yearly Labor Day parade, traveling from the Mount Pleasant to Woodhill neighborhoods. Starting back in 1971, this year marks more than 50 years of the parade. Representatives of local and state officials were in attendance, along with local fraternity and sorority chapters, Cleveland's public safety and utility forces, and local high schools and performing arts groups. Stay tuned to TV20 for the full Cleveland Labor Day parade. And finally, when you hear jets overhead, you know it's that time of year again. The Cleveland National Air Show has returned to Burke Lakefront Airport. Here's TV20's Alex Victerna.
The Cleveland Air Show is one of the oldest and most established air shows in the country, running annually for over 80 years. Taking place across the Labor Day weekend, the estimated 100,000 plus attendees were greeted to aerial displays such as the U.S. Navy Blue Angels, the U.S. Air Force Fighting Falcons, and the U.S. Army Golden Knights. I had a chance to speak with F-18 pilot Brandon Miller and ask him the kind of logistics that go into getting a fighter jet to Cleveland.
We started our trip from Lemoore, California, right in the Fresno area, and we had to stop for fuel in Wichita. So we stopped in Wichita, just did a gas and go pretty much, and then from Wichita flew out here. All in all, it took about maybe a 7-hour evolution from start to finish. But you think these jets, they do go quickly, they can fly faster than commercial airliners, but these fighter jets aren't built for long transits. They're built to get somewhere quickly that's not terribly far away. Arrived in the evening yesterday. And it's my first time in Ohio, first time in Cleveland, so having a good time so far. Yeah, I've gotten a warm welcome from the folks here at Cleveland, so really, really appreciate that.
Continuing the conversation, Mr. Miller talked about his own history with being a jet pilot and how it was a dream he's had his whole life.
My grandmother lived near a Marine Corps Air Station. I would spend summers at her house. I see the jets flying around there. They got me going. As a kid, like most people, Top Gun, the first one came out in the 80s. I saw that as a kid and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Some people outgrow their dreams. They move on and they say, hey, I want to be a firefighter, policeman, fighter pilot. Me, I said I want to be a fighter pilot, and I never outgrew it. Lots to be learned from the challenges and the application of pursuing anything, any vocation where you have to put a lot of time in. There's lots to be learned in that. So I try to just share my story and just inspire the future generation.
Finally, I asked Mr. Miller if he had any words of advice for future generations who want to chase their dreams, military or otherwise.
Just realize your dreams, your passions, things you want to do, they're yours, they're individual. So some people may doubt, some people may try to discourage you from pursuing your dream, whether it's to fly fighter jets, whether it's to be a doctor, whether it's to have your own business doing whatever. You're the one that owns those dreams. And even if you have a 1 in a million shot of reaching that dream and reaching that goal, remember there's just that one, right? So what's to stop you from being that one? So there's got to be the one, and it very well could be you if you believe in yourself and apply yourself. So
the Cleveland National Air Show is slated to return next Labor Day weekend. For TV20, this is Alex Victerna.
And for more information on the Cleveland National Air Show, you can visit clevelandairshow.com. Well, TV20 is streaming live 24/7. Visit TV20cleveland.com to see our live feed and more. Stay connected with TV20 wherever you go by liking and following us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page to watch all our numerous programs. Coming up next, learn about what's going on with the Cleveland Metropolitan Schools with this week's CMSD 360. Thanks for watching TV20 News. I'm Dan Monroe. Stay tuned for more on TV20. We are Cleveland.
Hello, I'm Darielle Snipes with the CMSD News Bureau. Welcome to CMSD 360, a look at news happening around the district for the week of September 18th. Last week, CMSD CEO Eric Gordon announced he'll be stepping down as CEO at the end of the school year. During a recent talk to the CEO Facebook Live edition, Mr. Gordon talked about his decision.
The district is positioned in a really good space. We have the best financial health we've had in decades. We have all of our labor contracts signed, labor peace, labor collaboration. We have a really strong strategic plan and a vision. We're getting our new report card, which sets a baseline for the future. Here's where we start, there's where we're going. We have the refreshed Cleveland plan. My own senior leadership team has turned over nearly half of the team. And as a leader, leaving the organization for the next leader at its healthiest point is the best way to ensure continued success and continued progress.
To see the full conversation, go to the Cleveland Metro Schools YouTube page. Tuesday is National Voter Registration Day. First observed in 2012, it involves volunteers and organizations from all over the country hitting the streets in a single day of coordinated field technology and media efforts to create awareness about voter registration opportunities. The deadline to register to vote for the November 8th general election is October 11th. September is Attendance Awareness Month. CMSD and the Cleveland Browns Foundation and the Stay in the Game Network have teamed up to reduce chronic absenteeism. With a rise in chronic absenteeism during the pandemic, the district is relaunching its Get to School, You Can Make It attendance campaign. For the rest of the month, schools will be celebrating You Can Make It Monday, Target Tuesday, Willpower Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Festive Friday with fun activities and prizes. Here is video of the Glenville cheerleaders doing their At 10 dance. We want to see your dance to support attendance. All you have to do is dance. Be sure to tag Cleveland Metro Schools in your social media post. For more information, go to clevelandmetrosschools.org/gettoschool. On Wednesday, CEO Eric Gordon will be delivering his State of the Schools address at the Renaissance Cleveland Hotel. To order tickets, go to cityclub.org/forums. The forum will begin at noon and will be live streamed. Also on Wednesday, there will be a community meeting about the construction of the Joseph M. Gallagher Pre-K through 8 school building. It will start at 6 p.m. The meeting will be held at the temporary school, which is the old Garrett Morgan High School at 4016 Woodbine Avenue. This meeting will also be live streamed. Thursday is the annual Father's Walk. Check with your child's school for event details. The annual event is part of the county and nationwide initiatives to highlight the important role that fathers and father figures play in their children's education. CMSD is hiring. There'll be a job fair at East Professional Center on Thursday from 9 to 4 p.m. Substitute positions available are teachers, paraprofessionals, and planning center instructional aides. Other open positions include professional bus drivers and environmental service specialists. For more information, head to clevelandmetroschools.org/hiring. There will be no school for students on Friday as educators will participate in a professional development day. Senate Athletic League games are being live streamed again this year. To see what games are next and to watch, go to senatelive.com. And this year, CMSD students have joined the District 1 team to broadcast many of the games. We'll stay connected with what's going on in the district by downloading the CMSD app or following CMSD on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Thanks for watching CMSD 360. Have a great and productive week.